Okay. This is still Gunk. It's unwinding, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm having a otter pop. So I haven't had one of these since I was a kid. Bought a case for them. Rite Aid the other day. Just sticking out on sale and $4.99 for a case of them. So I'm gonna get one. Pretty good. The old otter pops though. They used to have these different characters. Whatever, blah blah blah, blue or whatever. I think it was a French guy, and each of them had their names. This one just says otter pop on it, but hey, it tastes the same. Treat your inner child. Sometimes in this Gunk series started, I mention this almost every time. There's some boulders. See those boulders? Well, they're boulders like this right here. Where's my finger? They're boulders like that on the outside, out there. And the road's being widened, so during the middle of an errand, I had to, pull them from, their circling cactus here and there, and now it's being used to extend where the car path is or whatever. And I just found out I have enough units to graduate with a bachelor's. It's a pleasant surprise. Thought I was going to have to take one more class at Cal State San Bernardino, but one of my grades has changed from an incomplete to an F to a B, because of whatever misunderstanding or whatever had happened, or whatever I don't know, agreements were made, however that went. And it's a little breezy right now. You can see little motions by the leaves out, or the branches, thin branches at least. A little breezy, which is nice. It's been warming up lately these last few days in the summer. And let's check out Elton John. Let's check out Elton John. And there's some of my music books right here. Songs of the 70s. There's Elton John right here. Yeah, what is he doing? Is he pointing to something on his chest? Or is he flipping us off? What's going on there? What's going on with Elton John, right? I was just going to mention that there's this eeriness. I've talked about this in different Gunk pieces. My life became very surreal. Starting in the autumn of 1998, and it lasted till around the Twin Towers went down in New York in the autumn of 2001. It felt personal, is all. It just felt personally surreal. And when the Twin Towers went down, it's not that it wasn't surreal anymore. It's just collectively surreal. The whole country started tripping out on life, circumstances, whatever. I have a couple of pieces on 9/11, the Homer Cocktail 9 site, by the way, regarding jet fuel and steel and stuff like that, if you ever want to check it out. But I think this is winding down, this Gunk series, and the reason I show you that is because the precursors seem to be there in early 98. I got fired at the very beginning of the year during a leave of absence. I mentioned that in the piece. Took my case in the National Labor Relations Board because I had nothing but outstanding work reviews, and I'd been doing an internship with the AFL-CIO, and I contended that I was being discriminated on for freedom of creed. The creed being believing that the union would help the worker's situation at the warehouse that I was employed at during, for about 7 years. For about 7 years there, conditions and attitudes towards management, or attitudes from management, seem to get collectively worse over the years, is all. And when that's a side road, you can check out the Gunk where that was at. I wanted to mention this Elton John though. See the whole thing. There's captured Americans. I don't know if it's Korea or what. Did one of the external studies coordinators is it the orientation? The following semester I was going to be in Venezuela. Hugo Chavez was running for office at the time, and captured American fighters. And all of them were doing something like this, you know, having some, you know, in a group picture where supposedly it's announcing the United States. And whatever culture that was, there's different, you know, I think in Italy you drop the I or something, or I don't know. In some countries it's this or whatever, you know, whatever. You know, the fist with the thumb going through the first two fingers is this. And this is victory, I think, or peace in the United States. This is a foul sign somewhere else. I can't remember the country on that, but the symbols, hand symbols, aren't across the board. And what's this? Who's someone, you know? What's that? I don't know. I don't know what that is. But whatever country captured these American soldiers, you know, each of them was doing something like that. And I thought it was peculiar. This external studies coordinator was mentioning that because we're going to Venezuela, and when we finally went, they said pretend you're Europeans, you know, because they hate Americans. I'm like, oh, you guys suck. You guys suck. I don't suck. You know, I'm gonna look like a wigger. I'm not gonna look like a European. You know, I don't know how a European behaves, dude. And it never really came up. But shit, dude, you guys suck. I don't suck. Anyway, because I'm Hispanic is all, and my last name's Corona, and my name's everywhere, bitch. You know, I go to Venezuela, it's Corona Extra, right? The beer. My name's on every fucking corner. I don't gotta pretend to be anyone, dude. I'm Eddie Corona, bitch. You know, some of you know me as Homer Cocktail. But I'm fucking Eddie Corona, you dumb shit. Why am I gonna pretend to be anyone but Eddie Corona? I'm in Latin America and I'm having a good time, you know? And that's what was going on there. But I guess they kind of told us there's a Pitzer program in Turkey, you know. And you know what they say about Turkish prisons. There's a Pitzer program, you know, school where I went to is Pitzer. There's one in China, communist China. There's, you know, so there's Pitzer programs, you know, Italy, Zimbabwe, Ecuador, you know, they're spread out. And I guess Nepal's one of them. I guess what they're saying is maybe in some, because you know it wasn't just Venezuela, this orientation, it was for all students going many places. And I figured, you know, they're talking to the other people more than me, definitely, you know, about the secret sign, you know, right? If you you know, check out how much time I have, about a minute and a half. George Bush was prosecuting this American Taliban guy right when the war on terror started. It's a redundant term, you know, war on terror, but hey man, how are we going to end terror? War. Okay. They could have thought of a better term, I think. But anyhow, there was this guy that got busted. And I wonder if they checked the signs. I wonder if, you know, they check to say, hey man, they call it duress. If you're outside of a store, a guy comes to you at gunpoint, says, go in there and get me a stereo. That's called duress. And in the court of law, you can plead duress and get off because you fear for your life, right? And some people are out there, no, stealing is stealing, but no, that's not the way the American system is supposedly set up. You have to have actus reus, which would be stealing, but you also have to have a guilty state of mind, which would be absent in the case of duress right there. That makes me wonder if they check for that when these American Taliban people come up. But I just want to mention that the eeriness, my dad brought some dog food and the cooler heads will prevail. I felt like I was fighting a war on two fronts, a social war on two fronts at a time, with, you know, whatever politics I was getting involved in at school, and for some reason at home, you know, we had difficulties. And I think this time around, cooler heads might prevail. So since '98, I haven't felt this good, you know, since early '98. So. Party on.